Okay, good morning, everyone. So we are from Home Group 2. Would like to talk about CL2 discourse presentation. So my name is Muhammad Siraiman and other presenters are Mirsal and Safri. So CL2 basically talks about our responsibilities as managers of nature. And here's our table of contents. So basically, we'd like to cover all the materials from the first to six LSPB. So without further ado, let's start with the first LSPB, which is human as the manager of global nature. So maybe you have read from the discourse that there are many problems faced by Indonesians, especially in health problems, which can cause disease to our populations. And actually, this problem is triggered by two conditions. The first one is unhealthy dietary intake, such as food containing pesticide residues or harmful preservatives and also toxic dyes. And the second condition is triggered from the environment itself, like unhealthy land, unhealthy water, and also polluted air. This also related to LSPB theory, which is stated in population growth PowerPoint, which states that population growth is the fundamental of environmental issues due to three conditions. The first is because there are too many population, there are too many people, and also more people would live longer. And the third is modern technology can give more impact to environment. And the second LSPB is human as the manager of technological progress. You might have read from the discourse that there are so many massive land conversions which mainly want to be used as industrial areas or new properties without considering all the impacts or the further impacts. However, based on the LSPV2 theory, that if we would like to construct infrastructure, at least we have to consider three impacts. The first one is environment, and then economic, and the last one is social impact, or maybe usually we call it as a sustainable infrastructure.
Okay, so hello, my name is Mirsal, and I'm going to explain to you about LSPB3 and LSPB4. So for the LSPB3 about human as the manager of personal and land environmental health. So the problem that I found on the discourse is the first one is unhealthy food. So it is unhealthy dietary intake such as various vegetables and fruits containing pesticide residues, various foods containing harmful preservatives, various foods containing toxic dyes such as paint dyes, textile dyes used for food coloring. For example, recently there was known that a sauce factory uses paint dyes or household industries that process skin or gravel into skin crackers using formalin. And illness may also arise from the use of cosmetics containing hazardous substance. And then the second one is unhealthy environment. So health problems are also found in the environment. It means unhealthy environment of land, water, or polluted air. These unhealthy environments will have an impact on humans or other organisms, and ultimately will have an impact on ecosystem imbalances. So the correlation with LSPB3 is we should eat healthier. So healthy food has benefits for health. In the sense of consuming these foods can prevent disease. Health is only maintained when the body is given a balanced diet, which consists of macronutrient and micronutrient on a regular basis by gaining nutrition. To eat healthier, we should lead to balance, seek variation, and practice simplicity on our diet to prevent health problems such as obesity, diabetes, and etc. And we should have a healthy environment. So a healthy environment is an environment that is protected from various things that can cause disturbance to public health or all biological components contained in it. The creation of a clean environment is the responsibility of everyone, including the government, through policies and the realization of real actions. So furthermore, to foster this responsibility requires a process as well as a concrete steps. One way to create a health environment is to make it a habit to dispose of garbage in its place. So this will be very useful if given to children so that it will become a behavior pattern that is created in the subconscious. So for LSP before, but human as the manager of construction, here we found the problem is there's a mining permit, and the mining permits use lots of use of cement, and there is a declining forest areas. So From here, the solution is we should develop renewable energy and we should maintain water catchment areas to have a solution from the problem.
So now let's talk about LSPB5, human, as manager in facing global issues. One of the problems that is laid out in the discourse is the use of toxic substances. And one of the examples of the use of these toxic substances is the use of cosmetics containing hazardous substances such as formalin, formaldehyde, or even mercury. And then, what's the correlation with LSPB5? Well, it correlates with the environmental health and toxicology aspect of the LSPB5. Well, when a person consumes a toxic substance, that may be end up accumulated in his or her own body. But when we sum up all of the people that consume, then it might be accumulated in the nature. For example, if one person consume a lipstick containing mercury and then she or he maybe throw it to the river, then it can accumulate in the river and it can accumulate in the body of the fish and it can end up in our body as well because we eat the fish from the river. Next, let's continue to LSPB6, that is disasters, management, and mitigation. So one of the problems that Indonesia is facing right now is overpopulation. And for example, in the discourse, it is mentioned that Java has a population density of 1,057 people per square kilometers, which is a lot. And the possible problem from this is the outbreaks. That is one of the aspects in the LSPB6. So an outbreak is it happened when a population of people they're being infected with a disease in the same period of time. And the most in Indonesia, one of the most recent outbreak is food poisoning, and it can happen because a lot of food in Indonesia they contain harmful preservatives and harmful pesticides. That's all from us. Thank you.